The way Tank fights, almost all of his fights, he's one of the smartest fighters in boxing right now. He starts off pretty slow, where he gives away the first 3, 4, sometimes even 5 rounds.
Davis has not yet pressed on the pedal. He still has not pressured Barrios.
But he's just figuring out his opponents, figuring out every movement.
You can't get repetitive.
No way.
Davis is reading you.
He does that knowing that he's going to knock them out. You know, one punch away from knocking them out, and he's done it.
I was just talking about that moment right when he got knocked out. You know, he was looking good.
It's a very good point.
And it's a dangerous philosophy, man. It's beautiful when it works. And now you're talking about going in there against a guy like Loma, a guy who's highly skilled.
Tank gonna have to knock him out. He gonna have to. I wouldn't count Loma out. Not hell nah, man.
They say every great fighter has one last great fight in him, right? So if he's only got one to spare, let it be on the biggest stage possible.
That was just a beautiful shot right there.
Fight fans, welcome back. It remains one of the sport's most intriguing and enticing contests.
Is it too late? Yes. Will I watch it? Yes.
A titanic testament to two talents remaining on top.
Lomachenko and Tank Davis, the credit that they deserve.
A power-punching pocket rocket who swarms foes with mental and physical pressure before dropping the hammer in spectacular fashion.
He's the #1 attraction in boxing. He will finish you.
Facing a modern-day master, thriving on pressure, creating conundrums that only the best dare solve.
This guy, I can't say he's unbeatable because he's been beat, but he looks unbeatable. They call him the Matrix for a reason. He had Kambosos in a blender.
It's Gervonta Davis versus Vasyl Lomachenko, a future showdown.
He's attempting to bring his old self back for this fight, Lomachenko.
He can't win. That's why they don't take this fight.
I think eventually, though, they will want to fight because you will get older, and as fighters get older, they're not as good as they were.
Shortly after Tank Davis stepped to the world championship level, the whispers began.
What are your thoughts on a potential clash with Lomachenko?
And linked to Gervonta Tank Davis.
What about something with Gervonta?
That huge fight, they think it'll be Lomachenko.
I asked Loma about fighting you, and he goes, well, maybe he'll fight me when I'm in a wheelchair. What do you think about him saying that?
Embarking on a run of forcing opponents to refuse to fight, fellow World King Loma was gliding through his peak.
And Lomachenko stands right in front of you, and then he's not. And then he's over here, and then he's punching you in the face.
Lomachenko scoring at will right now.
And that's the whole timing thing. The timing for Loma and his truest prime, Tank just wasn't there yet. Yeah, and Tank just wasn't there yet, you know?
Lomachenko has to fight as many fights as possible, extremely quick, because he's very, very old.
Floyd, if the fight did happen with Gervonta,
we don't care about that. We don't want to hear about that. Tank is the champion. It's his night.
He knows, I think, now, and that's not to disparage Tank, that he's not yet ready.
While Tank has now assumed a similarly dominant role, back then, as Floyd deviously mispronounced the Ukrainian's name and denounced his veteran status, politics and pernicious pandering kept them apart.
Like, yeah, they're trying to avoid the fight that people really want to see. That's a dangerous fight.
You can't have Floyd as a mentor.
I feel Floyd gets in the way at all points. I'm sorry, and it's his ego.
Because when Tank smells blood, he's going to go for the kill, like a young pretty boy Floyd. Not like a Money Mayweather, but a young pretty boy Floyd's going to go for the kill.
They are now athletes. They are businessmen. They are making money.
In 2019, that veteran was 31. And with Gervonta now 18 months away from that so-called very, very old age himself,
big left hand in close quarters.
The time has arrived to make his moments count.
When will we see you again? And Lomachenko, everybody's talking about that. What would you like to do, and how soon would you do it?
Last thing, your prediction for you and Loma.
Predictions? You know what I say, man? Ass whooping time, man. Ass whooping.
Used to smashing opponents into oblivion, Tank's recent outings have followed a similar pattern.
Pay attention. You heard what he said to y'all. When Tank said he's going to do something to somebody, what happened?
It happened.
Give us a prediction. What's going to happen tomorrow night? What should we expect?
A knockout is just a lucky shot. I want to beat him up bad.
Yeah. You want to punish him, huh? You want to punish him?
Yeah, I want to punish him.
Detractors point to Rolando Romero winning early rounds before being blasted away in the 6th.
I was winning that fight, and I just got hit with a clean shot. That's all.
Fights in the crowd kept people entertained before Hector Louis Garcia was cognitively rewired in the 9th.
I'm looking for it. They ain't showing it. They're not showing it.
Come on, come up now.
Good thing.
As we left the Garcia corner, we heard him saying, the translator saying, I can't see.
Ryan Garcia, I'm knocking Tank out in 2 rounds. I truly believe I'm better than him.
2 rounds? That's crazy. Rolly said the same thing, bro.
Underneath that left hook, what a shot!
What you thinking? I could be wrong.
7 or 8.
Yeah, right around there.
I don't see it no other way than a knockout.
Any round?
7 or 8.
Davis explained exactly what he was going to do to Ryan Garcia before dropping the axe in 7.
I want to take his best punch and take it away from him.
And Garcia with his best moments of the fight.
And be able to take him in that deep water and drown him.
Gervonta Tank Davis just stopped Ryan Garcia.
The Baltimore Bombers' fistic forecasts are no secret. Slow, methodical starts, building knowledge, setting traps, and breaking men down.
I don't know. Probably like the 8th or 9th.
What do you think Saturday night? How's it go?
6 through 8.
He will hit you eventually. You know, and when he does, I don't see anybody taking that left hand. I don't know if he got metal in it or what.
As Frank Martin's confidence grew, his stamina and chin could not keep up.
He looked at him, he said, you actually should have waited. He said, you good, but you're not ready.
Yeah. You're not that yet. You should have waited. You should have waited. You stuck your head out there a little too soon.
And that man took Frank Martin into deep waters, and he wasn't ready.
Yeah, every time I tell y'all something, you know what happens. Don't it happen? I'm telling you, I'm gonna break you up.
He do a great job at landing this big shot. You know, he know how to land that shot.
I feel like a lot of these fighters are going into the ring with hope rather than just, we're going to get it done.
Well, I mean, them feints were getting from the beginning, man. I'm telling you, he was over there. He was scared the whole damn time.
Pitbull came in with, I'm going to get it done, and we saw how much he pushed. Loma will have that same attitude. Loma will have it. Even Loma now will have that same attitude.
Against lesser beings, this strategy has sufficed. Against Lomachenko, the data usage will need topped up to maximum capacity.
Suddenly, Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko has legs again.
Man, Tank is smart. He's smart. He know what he's doing, man.
You said up there that you're still waiting for a fighter to bring that special.
I said I've been saying that since he hit the scene.
Who is that going to be? Is it going to be Frank?
I'm only looking at one guy.
Vasyl Lomachenko.
One guy's coming up, it's going to be the younger fighter, another guy's starting to decline, and you're always wondering at what point their arcs are going to cross and we're going to be able to see this fight.
Lomachenko's recent quartet of opponents have been a mixed bag for the southpaw savant.
Do not dismiss Commey's power, and at any moment he can hurt Lomachenko. And again, I'm pretty much predicting that he drops him at least once.
It's my first face-off when we smile at each other. Yeah, good luck.
That's a great guy, man.
Yeah, you too.
A one-sided whipping of teak-tough Ghanaian Richard Comey saw Loma cheekily invite the Comey corner to withdraw their man.
Corner. He's pointing to Comey's corner and saying, you want me to give him more, or do you want to stop this?
What were you thinking in that moment?
I was sorry for the guy. I just took my eye off him a second and then boom. You know what I mean? I just took my eyes off him and then that's it.
Followed by a tougher-than-expected post-military service defeat of the awkward Jermaine Ortiz.
Shot from Ortiz.
And he made it very difficult. We know Loma starts slow. He made it for Loma to do what he has to do.
Given Ortiz's recent exploits, notably shoving Teofimo into a sporadic mental meltdown.
Yeah. Y'all can boo all you want.
That win has aged like fine wine.
And then Ortiz with the guard. Unanimous decision. Vasyl
wasn't the best performance, but congratulations, and hopefully we can get it on.
Yeah, he looked like there were suggestions that he's slowing down. There's suggestions that he can't handle real big lightweights. He's gone up too far, bitten off more than he can chew.
The undisputed lightweight championship on the line.
Come in, but the physical strength of Haney said no.
There's a combination from Loma, getting mid-range. The smaller 35-year-old seems like the younger, bigger man.
The controversial Devin Haney defeat still rankles as Haney's unbeaten record returns post-Ryan.
Heard Bob Arab tell you guys, what did Bob say, I guess? You guys won easy, a big time?
Yeah, you won the fight. You won that fight easy.
Yes.
Easy.
You won the fight big time. You hear that wherever you go right now. Yes. Everywhere.
Lomachenko should be undisputed champion. He won. Why would they ride Lomachenko like that?
Lomachenko won that fight.
Yeah, thank you. Won that fight.
We just talked, this is not staged, this is organic, it's real.
While Loma's own loss to Tio still hurts, becoming the first man to knock out Lopez's conqueror, George Kambosos, eased the pain of a bad night at the office.
I've gone through hell and back in this training camp, so I'm ready for whatever the great Lomachenko brings.
This guy, I can't say he's unbeatable because he's been beat, but he looks unbeatable. He had Kambosos in a blender from round one.
He just stopped George Kambosos, who Devin Haney, who is a giant at 135, couldn't do.
My pride is hurt. I never want to be stopped, but we went out against one of the all-time greats.
That's a statement win for a 36-year-old to put everyone else on notice, put these young bucks on notice. Shakur, Navarrete, Tank.
Tell me if you saw this too. He was more ferocious. He was more vicious.
I think it was the best, as good as he's ever looked.
I mean, just tonight, some of the ways he moved, some of the angles he gave, I don't have any idea how anybody could do it.
If constructing triangle theories between common opponents is a dangerous pastime, Davis's Pedraza pasting clearly stands out. Probably still suffering the after effects of a late round routing, Pedraza credits Loma as the better fighter, while the world witnessed Tank's finish.
Who do you feel overall is the better fighter between Lomachenko and Davis?
¿Quién piensa que es el mejor peleador en general entre Lomachenko y Davis?
Pedraza hanging out for dear life.
Lomachenko. Definitely.
So I fought Pedraza, I stopped him in the 7th round.
And this fight is over!
Loma fought him, he went the distance with him.
Great fight!
He pound for pound, right? Number one.
Yeah, a lot of people have number one.
So, what that make me?
All champion 130. I'm waiting for you. I'm coming!
As Tim Bradley projected, Loma's vast experience in both the amateur and professional codes.
He has the gas tank, he has the knowledge, he has the experience, the championship pedigree, he's seen it all.
Means that Gervonta would need to find an unexpected, off-guard opening to exploit and utilize his huge power. When the hit and don't get hit master fronts up to the master of figuring styles out, something has got to give.
Even at his old age. And if he got one more fight left in him, it got to be on that night against Tank, because everybody's counting him out.
As the fight progresses, the fight goes into deep waters, Gervonta Tank Davis is going to catch Loma with something that's going to hurt him worse than he's ever been hurt before in his life.
Near identical in dimensions, achievements, and number of world champions defeated, it might be hard to split them down the middle in every respect.
No, Loma's great. He's a very smart man, but I just think Tank's power is going to be too much.
Davis has a stockier frame and a variety of dangerous tools.
The Lomachenko that was fighting Kambosos versus the Tank that was fighting Ryan, you think that would be a bad night for Lomachenko?
Closing the distance for his trademark left, and there it is.
It don't matter what Lomachenko show up, he won't get flatlined.
We saw him just eat some shots from Teofimo, and like, do we know Teo can punch?
While Vasyl toiled to get past the sizable Lopez, Teofimo has since taken his frame up to 140.
You want to lay your hat on something, it will be that. Gervonta Tank Davis don't have that big size advantage that a lot of those guys that give Lomachenko issues that they have.
All week long, we've heard about the size discrepancy.
It's difficult to find anyone smaller than Tank. When they did, he struggled with the tight, compact assaults of Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
That was kind of impressive, wasn't it? Because that punch gets in.
Still finishing the job, Davis is used to being the minuscule target. Slightly shorter than Lomachenko, it's Gervonta's reach, range-finding right jab, and whipping long-armed uppercuts that do the most damage.
Now he got to steer clear of getting caught with that big shot. He takes advantage of that by twisting on angles and staying low and getting out the hell of the way of that uppercut or anything that Tank brings. He has a chance of winning the fight.
While Davis is closing in on a relatively fresh 30, at almost 7 years older and with many more miles on the collated combat clock, Father Time is chasing Vasyl around the ring just as quickly as any opponent.
After 30 years, 31, your speed lose down, low down.
So look at he older than Loma. Terrence older than Loma. Better BF is. If you look at the pound for pound list, everybody in their 30s, from 30 something to 40, probably except for one person.
It seems to me that the paradigm is changing a bit in terms of age in the lighter divisions among elite Eastern European amateurs who aren't turning pro until, Lomachenko came over here, is 26 years old.
George made him look like this is a resurgence of the Vasyl Lomachenko of old. It's not true.
It does not prove that he's the Loma of old. He's not going to be that Loma.
He is degraded. He does not throw enough punches. He's not busy enough. He's not physically active like he used to be.
Recently, he's looked a lot more vulnerable.
Not quite as fast as he was, not quite as sharp, blah, 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 whatever the case may be.
But he's still A+ to me.
Setting a hot pace is Loma's forte, but Tank's ring IQ allows him to work out movements and patterns. Both men are comfortable letting the early rounds slip by. So far, that method has not bitten Tank.
Your smarts in the ring maybe people don't talk about a lot, and it seemed like, guys get into patterns and you find that and you break it down.
You're beating a guy at his peak and you're beating a guy when he's over the hill. If you beat him somewhere in here, you still deserve some credit. If he's got some juice in the tank, and Loma still has some juice in the tank.
Tank's low activity means he will try to draw Loma into the place he doesn't want to be. A pot-shotting, inside trading battle.
And I think if Gervonta would hit Lomachenko with that same shot, Linares hit him with, because when Tank smells blood, he's gonna go for the kill.
That's the southpaw killer, straight right hand.
While rematch potential always lingers in the background, a clear victor already has one man waiting in the wings, and a fight to determine the best man of a generation.
Amazing fighter. I think his IQ is just levels ahead of a lot of guys. Him and Tank, it'd be a hell of a fight, though.
Whoever wins the Lomachenko-Tank fight, I'm sure would like to fight Shakur after that.
Shakur could be the southpaw mover to stop Gervonta in his tracks. Perhaps Lomachenko will save him the trouble and derail everyone's expectations.
Tank and Loma is Zab, Judah, you, and Floyd fight, stylistically?
It's a low blow. Keep your punches up.
The foundation for this fight.
Whoa! Tangling up here.
100% modern day right now. Yes, it is. It's the closest Zab Floyd fight ever. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. Fight Lomachenko that way because he's so good. But Lomachenko got a chance for sure.
If Tank can topple Loma, then shake down Shakur, suddenly the resume haters will be silenced as the conversation turns to all-time legacy.
I remember coming up in a Golden Glove and I seen Floyd fight at the MGM. It was crazy. I actually just seen Rihanna perform at the Super Bowl, and I was like, that was gonna be me one day, and we here.
5-time 3-division champion of the world.
For some, Lomachenko's legacy has already been secured.
I feel like guys in this position will just be rebuilt to be used as opponents for younger stars. If he's choosing to take that route and say, hey, I'm willing to take that risk and I want to test myself, who are we to tell him no, right?
But for a buzzsaw who never settles, accepting second best is not an option.
You're going to be an Olympic champ, you're going to be a world champ, you're going to be one of the greatest of all times. So he is trying to make that legacy fulfilled.
The same clock is ticking for Tank, but with a different urgency than his elder statesman rival.
Big boss, it's the last chance to be undisputed.
This is it? This is your last chance to be undisputed?
For me, yes. Yes, it's the last chance.
Regardless of the narrative, it's now or never for this pugilistic pair. Sign, seal, and deliver.